What is your true net worth? Are you worth more than your wealth? What are your goals? What are your most important relationships? What are your values? Have you found a way to integrate your wealth with your worth to reflect that? What kind of memories are you going to leave behind? Will you feel comfortable or excited with what you've accomplished? Hi, and welcome back to another Money Not Math. This is Drew Erickson, and it is Wednesday, March 15th. I almost forgot what month it was there. I hope everyone's doing well, and I welcome you back for another Money Not Math conversation. I'm excited for today's conversation. I hope it brings you guys value. I appreciate your time and look forward to hearing your responses to this conversation. So please don't hesitate to comment and or reach out to me directly to let me know your thoughts or questions. I always appreciate that, and I always appreciate likes and shares as well because the more people I can reach, the more value I can bring, and that's my goal. So let's dive in. And for today's conversation, I'm referencing an article titled "What's Your True Net Worth," written by David Booth, the chairman and founder of Dimensional. And as always, disclaimer: this content is not legal, tax, or investment advice. You should always consult a qualified professional regarding your personal situation. If you'd like a copy of this article, I can download it, or I already have downloaded it, but I can send it to you. So if you want the article for yourself, just reach out, let me know. Otherwise, like I said, please reach out and let me know what you think about this conversation. So let's jump in. David says many apps today claim to instantly calculate your net worth by adding up your banking and investment accounts and then deducting or subtracting what you owe on your credit cards and mortgage. So simply put, take your assets, subtract your liabilities. Here's your net worth. That's what apps tell you. That's what traditional financial planning tells you. But in my mind, David says that number reflects your wealth. Your worth is more complex because he believes that if you make life better for someone else, then you're worth something. That's true in business and it's true in life. He says his parents never made a lot of money, but they were worth a lot. So, what's your true net worth? This is a tough question with lots of moving parts. That's why I always encourage people to talk it over with their financial advisor. And if they don't have a financial advisor, this is a great reason to find one because this conversation is about deepening the connection between your life and your money and making sure that they are working together to meet your goals, finding the integration between wealth and worth. It starts with talking about what's important to you. What are your goals? Which are your most important relationships? What are your values in life? Everyone may answer differently. That makes sense to me because everyone is different, David says. So let's spend a moment on that. What are your goals? Do you have them written down? Are they clear? Do you have a timeline on when you want them to be achieved? And if you do have goals written down, do you have strategies to actually accomplish them, or do you just know what you want to happen? If you do have strategies, are you really clear on how they're going to work to help you get to your goals? And are you going to be able to do it on your own, or would it be valuable to have an outside coach or advisor help you get there? Right? So these are all things that are really important to be aware of and definitely take action on if you don't already have goals. Next, which are your most important relationships? I believe we become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, so we must choose wisely. Who is the most important people in your life, and what worth or value or legacy do you want to leave them once you're gone? Or, and potentially more importantly, while you're still here? What are your core values? What do you live your life by? For me personally, I'm certainly not perfect, but I try my best to live by my core values in this order of family, faith, financials, fitness, friends, and fun. Though to me, if I'm excelling in those 6 areas of my life, I'm going to not only live my best life, but I'm going to provide as much value as I possibly can to those around me. So, what are your core values? All right. Once you've answered those 3 big questions, they're not little, they take some time to work on. But once you've answered those questions, now ask yourself, does your values or your worth align with your wealth? And are they working together to make sure to build the future you want for yourself? So, once you've digested that, we'll continue on. Once you identify what's really important, David says your advisor can help build a plan that gives you the best shot of reaching those goals. But this isn't a set it and forget it situation because life events may require you to adjust your plan. In fact, a plan is really more of a process that helps you think through a range of possible outcomes, all the way from preparing for the worst to hoping for the best. I love the way he ended that. I'm a big believer that we build plans to get started with the understanding that as we go, we're definitely going to adjust, right? And also, it's really I think it's important to plan for what we want to happen while preparing for what can happen. All right? We should never spend all of our time only worrying about the worst case scenario and catastrophizing our lives. And we should also not only spend all of our time with rosy glasses on thinking everything's going to be perfect, right? Let's plan for what we want to happen while preparing for what can happen. Continuing on, David says at Dimensional, we call this the life path, or this path of life, LIFE, ironic, which stands for Lifetime Integrated Finance Experience. All right, so LIFE, Lifetime Integrated Finance Experience. Money management is a lot more than just buying and selling stocks. It should find ways to connect individual financial goals to life goals over the long term. It should offer personalized solutions because no two investors are alike. It should value not just wealth, but also worth. Dealing with uncertainty is central to this approach. Some of us are better at handling uncertainty than others, but we've all had to deal with it because life is full of surprises, some good, some bad. You might not get into the school of your choice, but that might lead to an unexpected opportunity. You might marry and start a family, but later divorce. Any one of these experiences may change your goals or require you to adjust your plan. Just as life is complex and full of uncertainty, so too is investing. At Dimensional, they apply insights from financial science. Financial science emerged in the 1960s when researchers gained access to data they could use to test their hypotheses. It was a huge change. It didn't mean that we could start to predict what was going to happen with the stock market, but it gave insights into developing strategies to give you the best chance of meeting your investing goals. So that's a little snippet by David about Dimensional specifically. And the reason I felt it was worth including that in today's conversation is Dimensional is one of the primary companies we use to build custom portfolios for our clients. So just a little backstory, but not necessary to pay too much attention about unless you're really curious about Dimensional, the company. Not today's conversation specifically. So continuing on, David says that's the long-term goal with lifetime integrated financial experience. But there's an immediate one too, which is to lower your anxiety and help you feel better about your life right now so you can spend more time and better time with the people you care about most and focus on what you value. So I think this is an extremely important point about financial planning. It's more so about how it makes us feel than it does about the numerical outcomes, right? Those are important, right? Rates of return, hitting your goals, and things like that are important. But how you feel about your money is so important. I read the other day that 77% of Americans feel anxiety around their money on average. So let's read that again. The short term goal is to lower your anxiety and help you feel better about your life right now so you can spend more time and better time with the people you care about most and focus on what you value. Continuing on, people are naturally concerned about their lifetime financial experience, but maybe even more about the financial future of the people they'll leave behind. Legacy is a big part of net worth. What kind of memories are you going to leave with the people you care about? At the end of it all, will you feel comfortable with what you've accomplished? You don't have to deal with these tough questions alone. David says make time for that really important conversation with your financial advisor. The one where you tell them what really matters to you. It could change your life and it could help you figure out what your true net worth is. So again, are you worth more than your wealth? What are your goals? What are your most important relationships? What are your values? And have you found a way to integrate your wealth with your worth to reflect that? What kind of memories are you going to leave behind? Will you feel comfortable or excited with what you've accomplished? All right, so please let me know what you think. If you're willing and brave enough to answer any or all of those questions in a comment, please do. I'd love to hear what you think. If you'd rather direct message me, that's awesome too. Or if you'd rather just take it, think about it, and hopefully act on it in your own life, that's amazing too. My goal is to hopefully provide as much value as I can with this conversation. So please let me know what you think, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.